Hello, welcome to Scuba.com. In this session we're going to look at the Custom Divers 31 kilo Luminous SMB. So let's take a closer look. The SMB is nicely secured when stowed by a big velcroed piece of webbing. Just need to undo that. And that easily unrolls. On the bottom of SMB you've got a big secure piece of cord, which obviously is wrapped around some more webbing, obviously to keep it nice and secure. Makes a great anchor point for your line. It's a delayed SMB as well, so you can inflate it on the surface and also inflate it underwater via your octopus or however you normally inflate your SMB. So on the bottom you have the opening to allow the air in whilst you're down, so obviously make it a delayed SMB. It's self-sealing, so it will prevent it from deflating. Obviously the air comes up and passes through a smaller gap round about here, and obviously as it inflates, that gap is compressed, shutting that valve off and obviously keeping that SMB inflated. Got overinflation here, which operates on a spring-loaded valve. So you just push it in as you breathe and that will obviously inflate the SMB. You can lock this off or pushing up this or screwing up this retainer here, and that just prevents that button from being pushed down. Obviously helps to keep the SMB inflated. And then further up we've got a dump valve, overpressurization valve as well, so obviously you don't want your SMB to explode from depth, so obviously that will allow the air to escape without actually causing any damage to your SMB. And this piece here is the actual unique portion of this SMB. You've got a zip section in here, and in here you can put a torch. So we've got a backup torch here. So small torch, it's actually a fairly large pocket, so you can get a reasonable sized torch in. So when you go to do your dive, you just turn your torch on, you slot it in here, do the zip up. The flap itself helps to keep the zip closed, but obviously when it's inflated that is pulled tight and it's actually very impossible to get that torch out without deflating the SMB, so you've got no worries about security there. And obviously you can do that underwater or you can do it on the surface. Obviously you just use the inflation to inflate the SMB, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So now the SMB is inflated, you can see it doesn't leak out through the bottom because it's closed that valve at the bottom. I've also locked the screw on the valve so it can't be deflated if that means accidentally as well. You can also see that I can't actually get at the zip inside the SMB. I have to physically deflate the SMB to actually get that zip, so your torch is very secure once it's in that pouch. Probably just make out that the torch is shining through there. We'll just turn the lights off now. You can actually see how luminous the SMB is. So with the lights off, you can see immediately that the SMB lights up pretty well. We've got a fairly narrow beam torch here, so if you've got a wider beam torch, it's obviously going to provide a more scattered light to light the actual tube of the SMB. You also put in a strobe in here as well, so if your torch has a strobe feature, it's a great feature to put into there because obviously it flashes away, gives it more visual awareness. But obviously you can put a standard strobe in there and just have it strobing. It just picks out irregularities a bit better. Obviously if you're in the sea in the dark, obviously your shore cover can see you easily. Also if you're in open water, if you've got an emergency situation, it's obviously a great aid to attract attention. So that's the Custom Divers See Me 31 kilo SMB.